Today we are taking over the French side Stade Rennais, playing their football in the French Ligue, the first division of French football. They've won 3 Coupe de France in their history, with the last one coming 6 years ago when they defeated Paris Saint-Germain in the final. One of the highlights of the century, really, for Stade Rennais. So today we are taking over this side, trying not only to win the Coupe de France, but to win European competitions and to make Rennes a competitor for PSG in Ligue. Stade Rennais, of course, historically have been instrumental in developing talent that has gone on to shine in different countries across Europe's top leagues. Notably, Ousmane Dembélé, who's just shortly, a month ago or so, won the Champions League. Of course, Adrien Truffet is one of the best players Stade Rennais have in their current squad. We've got other players that are quite talented. I've lone listed Faye. I've also lone listed Jacquet, 2 talents in this club. We've got Assignon at right back. Matuziva, who is 26 at CDM, not a bad player at all. Cissé also in midfield, only 69 rated, but showing great potential. I'm really excited to use some of those players, including Jordan James, a few young players that are really talented, so we'll not need to make many transfers. Andres Gomez also is in that category of talented young players. 21, 72 rated, the right midfielder slash, of course, right winger. That's probably with what we are going to play. Mohamed Kader Meite, 16 years old, 65 rated, also lone listed. Another big talent. Fourouachi is, of course, the striker, along with Kali Muendo, only 22, 77 rated. As I've told you before, today we can see that many former Rennes players have gone on to develop into great players. We have Ousmane Dembélé, Rafinha, of course, Jeremy Doku, who plays at Manchester City, Ogo Chukwu, who is loaned out from Chelsea to Southampton, and of course, how can we forget Eduardo Camavinga, 21 years of age, 83 overall. You might ask, why am I showing you this graphic here? Well, it is because in today's rebuild we can only bring in players who formerly played at Stade Rennais. No different players. We can bring in youth academy guys, but none other than the guys here on the list and other players who might have played for Stade Rennais. But as you can see, as I've told you already, there are a lot of wingers on here. 1 striker, 1 CDM, 1 CM, who can also play in other positions. But it is going to be a tough task. That is what I can tell you right now. Especially given for the first season, we've only got around 22 million in our bank. That's when the youth academy comes in handy, especially in goal. Theo Sante, a Swiss goalkeeper, 17 years old, 61 rated from the default youth academy. He will get promoted and loaned out. That is because really Stade Rennes didn't have any great goalkeepers before Brice Samba, who is right now, of course, a very good one, but already 30 years old. There are also a bunch of players either loaned in or loaned out. Most of them actually loaned out. We have Brassier, who is loaned in, 24-76, another player who might be important for the future, just like Faye and Jacquet, who are 2 centre-backs. Again, Stade Rennais didn't develop that many great centre-backs, so we might need to look into exactly that. I'm looking to set up a scouting network with a 5-star, 4-star scout. A goalkeeper is what I want to find from Stade Rennais' Magic Youth Academy. We can, though, of course, bring in all those guys here that are on loan to us because they've already played for Stade Rennais. And so our first deal is going to be securing Lilian Brassé, tying him down to the club on a permanent deal. Bringing him in from Stade Brestois for 11 million. So apart from bringing in Brassier, we've also sold Kyogo Fourouachi, who is already 29. Dogan Almeida goes to Braga. We've got Gauthier Gallon goes to Leeds United. And Christopher Wu joining Real Sociedad for 9 million, along with a whole host of players going out on loan moves, including the talented Mohamed Kaite, Maite, Jeremy Jacquet, and also Mikhail Faye, another centre-back. Leaving us with the team we started off with here at the very start. We have Gomez and Blas as the wingers. I want to give Gomez the starting spot here in the first season, as well as Cisse, who might change with Kone and Armada, but he gets the starting nod for me. Fofana alongside him, Maduziva in CDM. We've got quite a young team now, of course, the default Ren team, but Sambine goal is giving us experience. We should actually do well. We're also in the Europa Conference League, let's not forget that. Actually, I don't know where I got that from. We are not in any type of continental competition. No Europa League, no Europa Conference League this season, so we can exclusively challenge in Liga. Changed Andres Gomez into a left wing and he's gone up by one already, up to a 73. I think we found our keeper for the future. Nathan Roussel, 76 to 94 potential, 15 years old, 56 overall. Wow, boys, I didn't expect this. We are in second place in the very first season. Just 7 points behind PSG, who are the league champions, of course, but 4 ahead of Lille, 9 ahead of Lens. That is a crazy good first season. Lyon and Monaco in 5th and 6th, all the way down there. We've even made the Coupe de France final, just about losing out to PSG, who have our number still, but still, in any case, I wouldn't have expected that in a million years to be in this kind of position in the very first season. The Champions League goes to Barcelona over Man City, Europa League goes to Galatasaray over Lazio, and the Conference League to Chelsea over Genk. Of course, we'll be in the Champions League next season. How have we made that happen? Arnaud Kalimuendo with 25 goals has played a big role. 15 for Gomez, who has grown to a 79. 1 season plus 7 overall is crazy. Ludovic Bias is up to a 78. He's scored 14 goals as well, and 6 goals for James from centre midfield, with 5 from João Cisse, who's also grown by 7. What is that kind of growth? Just look at this team. It doesn't look like a team winning the league or finishing second in the league, especially that midfield. 20-year-old James, 21-year-old Cisse, they are very talented. I guess that Samba in goal helped us to keep a lot of clean sheets. We've had a wonderful first season, runner-up in both Liga and the Coupe de France. We will, of course, be playing Champions League football in Season 2. What a rise to the top by Rennes, without even changing anything, just giving the young guys game time. We've made a shitload of money at the start of Season 2, selling all those assets. Fabian Rieder to Stade Rennais. You don't play with the cam. Glenn Kamara, who's already 29, goes to Leicester. Kazim Olaigbe going to Vitoria. Mohamed Joaoub joining Paris FC. We've also got 15 million for Alidou Saidou, who's joining Brighton and Hove Albion. Albert Gronbeck for a massive amount of money, returning from his loan for 23 million going to Lazio. And Santa Maria joining VfB Stuttgart for 9.7 million, along with another 4 loan deals. Meaning that we now have up to 130 million in our bank, an absurd amount of money to have at Stade Rennais. And so guys, I told you at the start this was going to be realistic really. We're only going for former players. And one of those former players, if you have 130 million, has to be the maybe Ballon d'Or contender this season. Joining us back from Barcelona for 100 million, it is Rafinha joining Stade Rennais. Now we really don't see any other space where we could improve right now. And a second and final signing that is really important to me. I didn't even really know that he played for Stade Rennais before, but apparently he did. He's only 21 right now, playing for Chelsea. Of course, with Lavia, Caicedo and company, he's of course not going to get any game time. It is Leslie Ogochukwu joining us for 11 million. We are playing the very first game of the season. Rafinha has already picked up a little bit of a knock, so he's not playing, but we lose 4-3 to PSG, with Ogochukwu in the starting 11 already scoring a goal. Moreover, we have also sold Moussa Tamarib. With the arrival of Rafinha, we don't need him anymore, of course. And Warmed Omari, on the other hand, goes to Luton Town. Nearly can't speak English over here. Rafinha, converting to a right winger, goes up by 1, up to an 89 overall. Is the wonderful starting 11 we have here at Stade Rennais. Ogochukwu goes in right now over Matusiwa, and James also over Fofana, because quite simply they are younger. Rafinha elevating the quality of this team massively. The backline looking good, still quite young as well. Goalkeeper Samba now at 31, he might be replaced in the future, but of course, we've got our youth academy player in the youth. He's actually progressing quite well out on loan to Norrköping in Sweden, up to a 64 overall, up by 5 since I last saw him. Does anyone of you guys still remember Steve Mondonda? He's now 40 years old in this save, 73 rated. He's going to retire at the end of the season. I just found it hilarious that he's still in the games in Season 2. Things are not going that great. We are sitting in 6th position. We are 8 points of 3rd and 13 points of 2nd, where we finished last season. PSG again in 1st. 0 losses for them. We've definitely overperformed last season, as we only finished in 26th in the league phase of the Champions League, immediately knocked out on 7 points, only 1 win in 8 games. That is not good enough. At the end of the day, we've actually done quite well. 66 points, 3rd position. We've had a good second part of the season without Champions League football. That may have been a distraction in the first part of the season. PSG are the clear champions, 8 points ahead of Monaco. Another 10 points then below Monaco come ourselves, who are probably going to go to the Champions League again next season. Maybe in qualifiers, I'm not sure. We don't make the French Cup final this season as Lens defeats Strasbourg in the final. We have actually been knocked out by Lens. Strasbourg have knocked out PSG. That's how it is in the semi-finals. In the end, the Champions League goes to Real Madrid on penalties. Very, very nerve-wracking over Bayern Munich. Europa League goes in to Chelsea over Newcastle in an all-English affair. And finally the Conference League to Hoffenheim from Germany over Braga. Having a look at the stats, Kali Muendo absolutely delivered 23 goals in Ligue 1, 30 goals in total, 19 for Rafinha, who's had a good season, decent season, but nothing sensational. 19 and 12 for Gomez as well, who's once again grown up to an 84. What a player he is. Blas up to a 79, but James up to a 78. Played 44 games, 7 assists and 5 goals. Even Truffert up to an 83 at the age of 24. Still a lot of room to grow. Ugo Chukwu also gone up by 4 ratings. The team is looking very good overall. Strong defense, a very good goalkeeper. He's all 32 though. Rafinha, of course, 89 rated. Kali Muendo is strong. Gomez is strong. We have a good young midfield. Everything is going in the right direction right now. Again, I'm quite satisfied with how we done in the league. We've climbed up from 6th to 3rd during the second part of the season. Semi-finals of the Cup is great as well. 26 in the league phase of the Champions League. We're not going to talk about that. Hopefully we can improve in Season 3, especially in Europe. We have 68 million in our bank. I don't see us changing a lot of things in Season 3. Once again, we've made a couple of transfers out. Hans Attebor joins Athletic Club, even though that is unrealistic. Athletic Club don't go for Dutch players, but well. Ayanda Shipusha goes to Başakşehir in Turkey, making us around 12 million again. Again, I still think we don't need to change anything. The players we can bring in are way too good, most of them. There are a few fringe players, but even the bench, I'm happy with each and every position. Striker and goalkeeper might need to be upgraded, but of course we still have a goalkeeper out on loan. This is the default Youth Academy player at the start. He didn't really mount to anything, so now Sante is the backup goalkeeper. Ostigard still a good centre-back backup. Nagida returned from loan. Fullback, Matusiva at CDM, Fofana at CM, both 80 rated. Blas, Salah and Yildirim, not too bad of backup. Point of the season, we're actually doing well. 2nd place right now, 5 points off PSG. Not too bad. Whereas in the Champions League this time we have reached the playoffs, just about as well, by 3 points. 21st, not too great. We have still had 3 losses, 11 points though, and we are facing Athletic Club in the playoff round. Facing Athletic Club in the first leg of the playoff round. Drawing 2-2 goals from Calimuendo, Cisse, Marwan and Prados. It is the second leg at San Mamés. Can we do something here? Away from home, we lose on penalties. That's crazy. 1-1 after 90 minutes, after 120 minutes. Calimuendo and Marwan scored. But in the end, Truffert misses, Rafinha misses. And that's us done here in the Champions League this season. PSG have actually fallen off in the second part of the season, which means that we are the champions of Ligue. 4 points clear of Monaco in second. PSG in third, 6 points behind. We are the champions of Ligue for the very first time with Stade Rennais. Olympique Marseille win the French Cup over Lille. Here we've been knocked out early doors in the round of 32 by Rodez from the second division. That's very bad. Just like in real life, PSG win the Champions League over Real Madrid, so they don't win the French League, but they do win the Champions League. Arsenal win the Europa League, they win the trophy over Atalanta. And Spurs also win the Conference League. A bit of a paradox here. Spurs and Arsenal not really known for winning trophies, but they win 2 European trophies. We've got 28 goals this season for Arnaud Calimundo, up by 2 to an 86. Rafinha with 15, up to a 92 overall. 14 and 4 for Gomez, and 9 and 12 even for Jordan James, who has grown to an 82. A very, very strong-looking squad. Look at the front three. 92 Rafinha, 30 years old now. 25 years old Calimundo, and 24-year-old Gomez. We've got James in midfield, Cisse and Hugo Chukwu, of course. Rouault and Brassier at centre-back. I'm not so sure about both of them, but Rennais really didn't develop that many great centre-backs. Truffert at left-back is doing well. Assignon is doing well at right-back, and Samba still growing at the age of 33. And so we've won the league for the very first time with Stade Rennais. We had of course won the cup before, not this season though, as next season it's season 4, hopefully we can mount the challenge in the Champions League. In season 4 we do have around 95 million in our bank, not a bad budget at all. I've actually found a good former Stade Rennais player, centre-back as well, 27 years of age, an upgrade on our current centre-back. 27-year-old Arthur Theat joining us from Athletic Club. Anyway, what's he doing there? But he joins on 39 million. Next up, we'll buy a midfield general who can play starting 11 or come from the bench as a great rotational option. I will try to convert him into a CDM to play second fiddle to at least Hugo Chukwu. 24-year-old Andy Diouf joining us from Arcelons, another former Rennais player for 25 million. That is also because we have sold Azor Matuziva, who wanted to leave the club. He's 29 now, 81 rated. Diouf is clearly an upgrade at the age of 24, also 81 rated, 5 years younger. Next up, we sign a player from the second division in Italy. A left winger who's been there a long time, Armand Lorienté, joining us on a cut price deal for 22 million. We have then gone on and sold Ibrahim Salah, the 25-year-old, 75 rated player. He scored a 6 million market value, sold him for 11 million to Como. We also switched Diouf's position from a centre midfielder to a CDM, and I think he's actually gone up by 1. Yes, absolutely. He will take a little longer now, but 46 weeks he will be up to an 83. And so for season 4, back in the Champions League, this is our starting 11. Hugo Chukwu has grown to an 83 already, James to an 82, Cisse to an 85 overall. We've of course included Theat, who replaces Brassier in the starting 11. 27 years old, 83 rated, an upgrade. Samba up to an 86, that is absolutely crazy. Gomez 87, Calimundo 86, a very good team, and I'm expecting a big run this season in the Champions League. First off, a showdown between Marseille and Stade Rennais in the Trophée des Champions, the French Super Cup. Let's see who comes out on top. It is ourselves, due to a Calimundo goal. Lorienté came on and gave his debut as well. Good start. We are absolutely running away with the league. 15 points clear of PSG is crazy. They are in a fight for second with Monaco, Lille, and even Lyon, Nice and Marseille. Whereas in the Champions League, we've just missed out on the top 8 on goal difference. That is crazy. Goal scored even, because the goal difference is same with Napoli. But yes, we are playing playoffs and facing Fenerbahce. It is the first leg of the playoff round, away from home to Fenerbahce, and it's a 2-1 win. James with the late winner. The other goal comes by Gomez, who scores a lot of goals for us. Enesiri scores for Fenerbahce, but we come away with a win. It is second leg time at home at Roazhon Park. We are 2-1 up from the first leg and win 2-0 in the second. Calimundo and Hugo Chukwu with the goals. 4-1 on aggregate. We move. Course, in the round of 16 we were bound to face a powerhouse. It is Liverpool. First at home at Roazhon Park. Let's see how things go. We win. Gomez and Kalimuendo with the goals. First minute, but also Szoboszlai in the last minute, giving Liverpool a little bit of hope. Can we get the trip to the quarterfinals, facing Liverpool at Anfield? We draw 2-2, which is enough to proceed after the win in the first leg. Gomez and Rafinha score the goals. We are really a top team right now. Next up, it is Roma in the quarterfinals at home at Roazhon Park once again. First, and we lose 1-0 through a Mitrovic goal. That's not a good start. We are facing Roma away from home, needing to turn things around. A lot of players complacent, but we turn things around. Kalimuendo's brace and Rafinha's goal seal our place in the semis. An impressive turnaround, even though Ibanez scored for Roma. Of course, we were bound to face the kings of Europe at some point. Real Madrid traveling to France, to Rennes. We are facing them, and it's a 2-2 draw in the first leg. We were behind twice, but James and Brassier got us back each time, level to go to Madrid. Into the Lions stand at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. 2-2. Can we make it to the final, or will we fail at the final hurdle? We do make it into the final. Rodrigo gave Real the lead, but Rafinha and Kalimuendo turned the game around within 13 minutes, and Rodrigo missed a pen at the very end. We are to the Champions League final in Season 4. In that final, we are facing AC Milan. They don't have the license in FC25, but still a very good team. The league has ended with us clinching yet another Ligue 1 title by 12 points as well. 81 points, 69 for second Marseille. PSG fell off massively, 7 defeats, 12 draws. We've also had 9 draws, but only 1 loss all season long. Unfortunately, couldn't clinch the Coupe de France title as PSG win at least one type of silverware for them over Monaco. We got knocked out actually in the semis by Monaco, 2-0. Manchester United win an all-English affair to win the Europa League over Newcastle United, and the Conference League goes to Lazio over the Dutch side Ajax. We've got an unbelievable amount of goals for Kalimuendo, 49 plus 5 assists, 23 for Gomez, 15 and 13 for Jordan James, who has grown to an 83 overall, 11 and 6 only for Rafinha, a bit underwhelming, still not too bad. And Loriente, who's taken some of the game time, 9 goals, 6 assists, not too bad. So far, we've won a couple of Ligue 1s as well as one Coupe de France trophy, but now we have an opportunity to win the big one, the Champions League at the Arena of Schalke against AC Milan. Here goes Milan for the first time. Williams into Jimenez, now Liberali, back into striker Santiago Jimenez, and I think we've conceded a penalty. We've conceded a penalty within 7 minutes. Game wasn't even really on. That's a dodgy penalty, I have to say. But still, we have to take it on the chin. Jimenez scoring the open 98th minute. Here goes Phil Foden now, trying to give Milan an even bigger lead. Crossing the ball into Williams. Now Bondo for Gavi. They've even got Gavi. Here's Jordan James now, unleashing Kalimuendo. What a counter-attack this is. Arno Kalimuendo with the equalizer. What a start to the game. 17 minutes in, already 2 goals, 1-1. Here's Assignon losing the ball in a precarious spot to Kakate Liberali. Liberali, great save by Samba. Truffert now, Truffert into Gomez. Gomez looking for Kalimuendo. Again, here is Kalimuendo. That has to be at least a yellow card, if not a red. Kalimuendo would have been through. Militao fouls him, and he only sees a yellow. That's dodgy again. Let's see how this free kick goes. It's Rafinha to take one. Can he get it over the wall? Yes, it's the post. Oh my Christ. James couldn't get it in the rebound. Big foul here from behind on Jordan James by Santiago Jimenez. Again a yellow card. Milan are very aggressive. Here go Milan again, trying to take the lead, and they do. 50th minute, 2-1. We gave too much space to Yunus Musa, who punishes us. Oh, another foul by Jimenez. That has to be a second yellow. I'm sorry. He's already on a yellow card. And it is a second yellow card. It has to be. Absolutely. Milan reduced to 10 men. You have to somehow take advantage of this. Musa has, by the way, scored 10 goals in 12 games, which is absolutely insane for a midfielder. As now we go forward through Kalimuendo. Kalimuendo cannot get the ball through. You have to be careful, as Milan are a good counter-attacking team, but of course, reduced to 10 men, it is different. As now Kalimuendo feeds Gomez. What a save by Maignan. Here's Assignon up against Foden. Still, Milan have got dangerous players and they score a third. They've nearly decided this game. Nico Williams, 3-1 to Milan. It looks like we have to do another season. We are going full-blown attacking mode, bringing on the likes of Yildirim and, of course, to play alongside Kalimuendo. Diouf comes in midfield for goal scorer James as well. Here is Numan Yildirim finding Kalimuendo. Kalimuendo gives us one back right away. 69th minute. We get one back through Arno Kalimuendo. And now Diouf. Diouf, of course, going forward still. Diouf for Kalimuendo. Another chance, maybe. Can Kalimuendo feed it through? This is Rafinha. 3-all. We have come back level terms. Rafinha makes it 3-all. Still everything open. What a pass through by Kalimuendo. No offside for sure. And Rafinha puts it in to make it 3-all. That should actually be extra time here, as Rafinha gets the ball. He still goes with it, but it is blowing the whistle by the referee. And then we go to extra time. For a left wing spot, I want to bring on Loriente, who has got the pace. Maybe not the shooting as Gomez, but he's at least got the pace. Corner kick, Foden inside. We get it away, and now, maybe now, we could go on a counter. Our number 11, Arnaud Loriente, goes towards goal, all by himself. Loriente, no. Free kick, a long one by Foden. Look at this, look at this. Samba even has to make a save. Good ball, good carrying by the ball, and then also a good pass into Loriente, who cannot get the shot off. Another one on the rebound. Still not over, now it is. We want to win this still. It's still an opportunity there. What a piece of play. Kalimuendo, we've completely turned the game around. It is another goal by Arno Kalimuendo in the Champions League final. What a player. A big game player, a small game player. He can do it all. A great piece of technical play. Ahead of the goal as well. In midfield. Passing it through to Kalimuendo, who smashes the shit out of this. To put us 4-3 up. What a Champions League final. That's one of the best comebacks we've ever had on this channel, I do believe. Absolutely do believe so. As here goes Terracciano. Milan still not giving up. Here is Foden. Going inside. Still Foden. We block him off. Now Benasser. Foden again. No, it's 4-all. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. This game is absolutely insane. 4-all, 118th minute. Phil Foden. Again, everything level. Now Yildirim. We maybe should have made a change before, but here is Kalimuendo still not giving up. But Milan take the ball, play it out from the back, and now it is a penalty shootout. Crazy 90 minutes, crazy extra time. It is a penalty shootout to decide the Champions League winner. The first penalty will be taken by Ismail Benasser for Milan, and he scores. Second one, next up it is Rafinha. He's actually normally a good penalty taker, and that's what he shows exactly here. Now Colombo, Lorenzo Colombo, a substitute. He misses his pen. And now Adrien Truffert. We could go one up here in the penalty shootout. Truffert scores. Our Captain Magnifico. Now Phil Foden, he scored in the 90 minutes, and he misses as well. Two saves by hero Brice Samba, as Kalimuendo is taking the next one and scoring 3-1 up. If we save the next one, we are already winning. Militao, next up, Militao scores. But now, the big showdown. If we score either of the next 2 goals, penalties, then we are going to be crowned Champions League winners. Next up it is Loriente, former Sassuolo player, against an Italian team. He misses, goes through the middle, Maignan saves, and now Terracciano can do something to bring Milan back, but he doesn't! A third save in the penalty shootout by Brisamba with his legs, with his freaking legs. Saves another penalty, and that makes Stade Rennais the champions of Europe, the champions of the Champions League. Look again at the final penalty. Terracciano, it swaps away, doesn't matter. We are the winners. Stade Rennais defeating AC Milan after a crazy game 4-4 after 120 minutes. Goals by braced by Calimendo and I think Rafinha. It's shown wrong there in the graphic. Doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is that after 4 seasons already, went relatively quickly this time, but after 4 seasons, Stade Rennais are the Champions League winners. We have only bought players who used to play for Stade Rennais, and of course knowing the great former players that have gone on to have great careers, it wasn't really that difficult. Still, again, to win a couple of Ligue titles, to win it as dominantly as we've done this season, win also a Coupe de France, it's not too bad. But lads, I hope you enjoyed the content. I'm gonna leave you alone with the celebrations. I'm just saying, please consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I will see you again in a few days' time. Until then, it's been Rebuild Sombrero. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out.